Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. All right, here we go. Switch this over here. There we go. Perfect. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me turn my camera on. Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I don't know if you guys saw the image today. Clyde's going shopping for turkeys today. Thanksgiving turkey, price slashers. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Robert. Hey, Cheese Grade Trader, Ivano, Jeff, Rihanna, Braz, Brendan, Frex, Tim, Minnesota Matt, Richard, Lloyd, Tom. Good morning, Tom. Bull Rider, Steven, Omar. Omar, I got your email from yesterday and today. I'll post them together. I had a big family dinner last night, so I didn't have to, it was the first time I had all my kids in the same room in 4 months. So it was a big deal for me yesterday, but I'm back. Lloyd, Tom, Bull Rider, Stephen, Omar, Arnolfo, Bernie, John, Flying Ronan, Next Gen, Art, Karen the Shark is here, Eduardo, David, Sherman. Hey, Sherman. Bill, how are ya? Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Stan, Chris, Hefe, Steven, hopefully is it Stefan or Steven? I'm not sure which one it is. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I do apologize. Tom, just Florida. Good morning, just Florida. Dr. Luke, C. Fazio, Ray. We got a lot of people here is what we got. We got Yuri. Good morning, Yuri. We got Mike. We got Colette. We got Sin. We got High Ground. We got Don. We got William. William is having a good time in Connecticut, except he's cold. Too cold to go to Connecticut, William. Too cold, especially somebody who lives in South Florida. Julio, High Ground. Jeff is there. Lloyd is here. Thank you, Lloyd. V, Charlie, Clyde, Harold, Sandra. Good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. They love it. They love the attention. Bob, uh, Bob likes the photos. Greg, George, Vernon. Hey, Vernon. I hope you're. I know you're going through a. You had a hurricane, I think, or something like that, or a storm. I hope you're. I hope you're in one piece. Karen is here. Good, good. Next gen. Walter, Tom, Richie. Happy birthday, folks. Let's wish Richie a happiest birthday. It's his birthday today. Richie's one of our most successful members. He shares and he likes to give back. He's a wonderful member of this group. He's been with me for a couple of years. I don't know how long you've been with me. About 2 years now, Richie? Like actively, maybe 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. He's done really well. He lives upstate New York. And him and his wife are some of the nicest people I've ever met. Wonderful people. Very blessed to have him as a member. We are all very blessed to have him as a member. So let's wish Richard a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Richie. All the best to you. I hope you have the best day and lots of health, happiness, and all the best to you. Okay, from all of us. Henry, we got Anu Kumar. We got a lot of people here. Is what we got. Let's see. I lost my spot. Hold on. I lost my spot. We got Henry. We got Anu Kumar. We got Javad. We got Mr. Murray. Murray, you're always funny. We got Dragon Don. We got Warren. We got Tom. Yep. Time to talk turkey. We got Jody. We got Yakov. We got Linda, Jesse. We got Stefan, Russ, Richard, Charlie, Clyde, Tony, Robert, Manuel, Gino. Hey, Gino. We got Next Gen. We got Stefan. We got Mr. Costa Blanca. Chilly in Spain, 63 degrees. You're like me, man. You're spoiled. I like 63 degrees is cold to me. Yesterday, it was in the house. All the kids were the youngsters, kids meaning 20 in their 20s. It's so hot in here, Dad. And all the adults were like, no, 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 it's fine. It was like 75. You could tell we're getting older. Robert, Manuel, Jeff, Stephen, or Stefan, excuse me, Stefan. Oh, Sweden. I'd love to go to Sweden. We got Bob. I have three kids. Yes, two girls and one boy. And my son has a girlfriend for 5.5 years. They're probably going to get married. They're like this. And then my daughter's been with a guy for. So I met her new boyfriend yesterday. It was quite a night. It was quite a night yesterday. It was quite a night. Let's just say that if I was a drinker, I would be drinking last night, but I don't drink. We got we got Illinois grain farmer, we got Randy, we got Richard, we got Adam, Mr. Eagle Beagle. Good morning, Mr. Eagle Beagle. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. We got Frank, we got Adrian. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. We got Next Gen, we got SJL here. We got Mind Chi. We got Cheryl, Robert, Jody, Bob, Yuri, Kevin. 2 years, 2 years. Okay, that's what I figured. About 2 years actively. Frank Verchuvian. Good morning, Fred. We got Nestor. We got Jesse. Um, I do. We got Adam. We got Delbert. We got Ivano, Kirk, Hamid, Graham. We got Shamens, Paul, Rebecca, Afa Diaz. Good morning, Sergey. Good morning, everybody. John, Brooke, Bullwriter, Michael. If I missed your name, I apologize. I am not doing it on purpose. I really am not. Just post something again and I'll say hello to you. I'm not doing it on purpose. Just a lot of people here. All right. And by the way, we're expecting a cold spell tomorrow. Bob says, so you had the big knife cutting the turkey, hope the boyfriend. Yes. And I had my baseball bat and all that stuff. But he was a nice kid. Nice kid, you know? Yeah, of course. Of course, Shamens. Of course. Um, let's see. Cam, good morning, Cam. I know you had a rough flight back to your old place. Um, good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. First of all, the market is hot, 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 hot. We went through the 50-day moving average. As I said yesterday, I know a lot of you guys are used to hearing nasty things from me about the market, but I was really happy and excited about what we saw yesterday. I even wore my Master Blaster of Disaster t-shirt today, and I hardly ever wear that. I got to be in a good mood to wear that. As far as Fed data today, we've got durable goods that's delayed and real durable goods. We got GDP at 830, okay? That's a pretty big report. We also have jobless claims. I'm assuming this is going to come into the low 200s like it's been coming out. And then we have, folks, this is important. At 10 o'clock today, which is really odd, we have personal income and outlays. Folks, please, 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 I'm begging you. Clyde is begging you. Bonnie's begging you. Richie's begging you. Don't go wild and crazy till after this report comes out. Profit taken only. You don't know what this report will be. And this is a very important report. Personal consumption and outlays. Very important report. And I'm also, by the way, I'm only looking at the index year over year. I couldn't care what they are month over month. They're going to get revised anyway. So we only care about good, Ray. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So oh, and by the way, my wife's best friend husband, he's out of the hospital, or he's getting out of the hospital today. We're so thankful. It was like touch and go for a while there. And they still don't know what was wrong with him, which is bizarre. Anyways, so we have a lot to be thankful for. So we're looking at this year over year, these year over year numbers. This is all we care about, okay? We don't care about anything else on this report. The rest is just pure noise, okay? For the jobless claim, see the expectation 224, 235. Remember, it went up to about 300,000, high 200s, and then it started going down again. Now, a lot of people tell me that the VIX is broken. I don't think the VIX is broken. I think this is broken because ever since COVID, it's always been in the low 200,000s. Once in a while, it'll go up, scare the hell out of everybody, and then it goes back into the low 200,000. So As far as I'm concerned, I'm expecting low 200,000 number. If we see something out of range like 290 or 300, that's going to be really bad because this number is being used to being in the low 200s. So my point is don't be surprised if you see it 220, 210, 240. And if you see it above this, but like 230, 240, that's still a very low number. Anything below 250 is considered a very, very low number. Okay. Uh, all right. All right. Let's continue. I don't know why I have that here. So we do have quite a lot of Fed data today, quite a lot of Fed data. Let me turn on my TC 2000 so I could at least look at the bond market with you guys at the same time. By the way, I'm going to be working from home today, so I don't have to rush. Funny thing is, I left my home at work, and Matt doesn't check the morning. Oh, here it is. I think he's checked it finally. Oh no, that's my wife. He still hasn't checked it. So Matt's going to go to work to find me not being there, and he's sick, and I'm hoping to get a hold of him. Hey, Murray, do me a favor. Murray, do me a big favor. If you're here, can you text Matt? I don't have my phone. Can you guys, Murray, if you're watching, can you text Matt and tell him to check his teams? You would be doing me a huge favor, Murray, if you could text Matt and tell him to check his teams and tell him to work from home today. If you could do that, I would be very grateful to you. It would save him about a 35-minute trip. So I don't have my phone. I left my home at work yesterday. So Murray or anybody else who's here, if you can email Matt, call or text Matt, I would be very appreciative. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks, PJ. I appreciate it. And good to see you. Good to see you. I hope the kitty's doing well. And Murray says he'll do it right now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want him driving to work for an hour because he doesn't check. Look, yeah, anyway, he doesn't check his Telegram in the morning. All right. Let's look at the bond market. Let's see what the bond market's doing. Yeah, the bond market's not really doing much. By the way, look at how the bond market held on to our lows yesterday. These are our levels from yesterday. Look at this and look at that. Pretty good, huh? Look at the highs and look at the lows. This is the bond yesterday. This is based on our levels. So the bond market's moving a little higher this morning, which is good. It's kind of choppy. It's not really doing much, but it's not breaking down, and it's actually positive on the day. And the SPY is still way above the 50-day moving average, which is beautiful. All right, we'll get into all of that in a minute. Thank you, guys. Thanks, PJ. Thank you, Murray. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. I would hate for him to be sick, drive to work for an hour just to turn around and go back home. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just text him. His message is always full. Yeah, just text him. Thank you. If he doesn't get a text or his teams, I don't know what to tell him. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Earnings. We have a lot of earnings to digest today from last night. I will talk about them when we do our catalysts. Get ready for catalysts. The funny thing is, we have a lot of catalysts, but they're all in the same sector, except for one stock. So the catalyst today should only be three things unless I'm missing something, okay? Thank you, Adam. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Gold. Gold is on the up and up. I like gold. My only thing about gold here is right here. I prefer you guys wait till we're above this level, just a little bit more. There's plenty of upside in gold. You don't need to feel rushed. My suggestion would be just to wait till we're above this level. This does not apply to gold stocks. There was a couple of gold stocks or one gold stock, Barrett Gold, that I really liked the other day. But I like what I'm seeing in gold. Let me see if gold is up right now a lot. Gold is at 382.77. Yeah, it's up about 0.29. This is nice. This is good. I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. I really do like what I'm seeing here. I just need to see a little bit more of a breakout here. Here, let me just adjust this right here. Right there. Right there. Okay? Really important. Really important. You said it hit 4209. Yeah, it's got to hit 4250. It's got to be above 4250. And it's the same area as I mentioned before. It's right around 4250. Okay? If you want me to tell you my thoughts on AGI, James, just ask me when after I'm done with my stocks. When I ask you guys if you have any questions, we're not there yet. Okay. All right. By the way, folks, if you're just coming in here right now, where are my manners? If you're just coming in here right now, please, please, please go to 1080, not auto. See where I'm on auto? Big mistake. Go to 1080p and make sure you're on 1080p right here. See, I wanted to say 1080p and give us one thumbs up if you don't mind. If you're enjoying this broadcast or pictures of Clyde, whichever comes first. You too, Rock. You too. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Crude oil. Crude oil is breaking down. Crude oil does not look like it wants to rally. Okay. So crude oil is a little weaker. Again, undermines Russia a little bit, which is good, but not really doing very much. These wicks, you see these three wicks? These wicks suggest a bottoming out pattern, but I'm not really seeing anybody in a hurry to sprint up. The bottom line is this 50-day has been holding up really, really well. So even if we rally, I think we're going to rally up to the 50-day and make a lower high. The bottom line is I don't like what I'm seeing here. Any way I analyze it, any way I slice it, any way I dice it, I don't like what I'm seeing here. Okay. I mean, I can't say this is an exact pattern or anything like that, but this doesn't look good at all. Now you could see right here. We're in this channel here. Pretty much just just in this channel without much directional bias. You could see that kind of right here. All right. You could see that right there. Okay. Thanks, Bob. Thank you. So just FYI, not really here or there, not really in any technical setup, not really doing much, but with a downward bias. US dollar. US dollars now at the 200-day moving average, and we're back below par. That's not good. I'm hoping that we don't break this area, but it looks to me like it wants to break this area. Let's see if we can sustain here. The fact that we're pinched between the year-to-date VWAP, which is right here. Look at that. It's a 101, 101. We genuinely, honestly, folks, if we can get above this level, this year-to-date VWAP, everybody who bought the US dollar this year would be at profit. We just need to get above this area right here. Okay, we just need to get above this area. I do like this reverse head and shoulders pattern here. I like how we're moving into the neckline, but there's not much more here. The distance from here to here is already, we're pretty much there. Here, look, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. This is the opposite of the analysis that we had with the stock market last week. Look, take this here. We move this right here. We take this line, we go vertical, we go there, and look at where we are. See what I mean? So we're pretty much there. We hit this area right there, almost down to a tick. See the neckline right here, the reverse head and shoulders, shoulder one, shoulder two, head right here. Here's your neckline. The distance from here to here, you take it and then you extrapolate it right here. And boom, look at where we're at. So we don't really have that much more to go. See? You guys didn't see this head and shoulders pattern that I just showed you here, but we had one. It's an invisible head and shoulders pattern. There's your head, and there's your shoulder, and there's your shoulder. But there's your breakout, and there's your completion right here. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't really have much more gusto, and we have huge unforeseeability right now with the economy. So I think we're going to see this kind of sit around this area, consolidate maybe a little bit, and if we break, we're gonna hit this 50-day line. But either way, all my analysis is not bullish. There's nothing bullish about this, especially with the 100-day moving with this line right here, especially with this line here and the year-to-date VWAP. We got a couple of resistance areas here. Here, I can even drop them a little lower right there. Okay, so we got a couple of resistance areas here. I'm not loving this. I would have expected to see a bigger rally here. Yeah, it's just a reverse head and shoulders pattern. You remember on the stock market, head, shoulders, last week I showed you the neckline, how we came right to the neckline. This is just the opposite of the same thing. And you can use these head and shoulders pattern to determine how far something should go once it breaks the neckline. Just measure the distance from the top to the neckline and extend it like that. I'm not a huge fan of these, but they're pretty good for analysis. I don't use them for trading. Inverse head and shoulder. Look up inverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay. All right, China. What is China doing? China looks like it's fizzling out here. Remember we had a little V bounce here going on yesterday, and I told you I really like what I'm seeing. Well, we're stalling. And we're stalling, by the way, right at that black line, which we violated yesterday. So today and tomorrow, well, today and tomorrow, remember, they don't have Thanksgiving. The next couple of days, this needs to bolt higher. If this starts coming down and breaking this, forget about it. You're going to have a little U-turn here, which is not going to be good. So we need a V recovery. If this doesn't, these type of downside moves on volume, they need to be recovered pretty quickly. Sort of kind of what you're seeing in the stock market in the like this. Like this. See that? Remember yesterday I showed you I want to see a V recovery like that. I don't want to see it get stalled here, like China's getting stalled. This will impact us. Hey, Kathleen, good morning to you. Good morning. Good to see you here. And by the way, thank you all for being here during the holidays. I appreciate all of you. It just shows me how serious you are about the market. All right. Here's the link for the VIP room today. Kane and I will be talking about your favorite stocks. Okay. And here's the link to Customer Service Live. I don't know what they will be presenting, but here is the link for that. Okay. Let me just see. Maybe Matt. No, he didn't. Let's see. Hmm. 1 second. All right. Nothing yet from Matt. All right. So anyway, that's the China. And if this fizzles out, we'll start looking at Chinese stocks that have been moving up from the short side that can't get anywhere. So keep an eye on this. This is really important. Make a little note. Stocks. Because remember, this is what drives China. So if you have a stock that's moving like this, let's say you have a Chinese stock that's been moving like this, right? And China's about to come down, and that stock rallied a little bit, it's a perfect time to sell a short. You understand? So we could use this to our advantage. So let me show you what I mean. Teach you guys some three-dimensional market tactics here. So, all right. So let's just pretend there's a Chinese stock right now that's doing this, okay? For the last year, okay? Or the last several months. And in the last 3 days, it obviously rallied because of China. So it has a little up slope like this. Well, the odds are it's going to revert back to its main trend. So if there's a really weak Chinese stock right now, and if this breaks down, it's going to do this to those Chinese stocks, you see? So if you see a Chinese stocks that's doing this right now, once this is below here, the Chinese stock will break down. Capiche? Okay. So you could use this to your advantage, okay? Thanks, Eduardo. I appreciate it. Okay. Bitcoin. Remember I said Bitcoin is not doing what I wanted to see yesterday? Here. I told you this is what I saw yesterday, kind of like what we're seeing with China right now. Fizzling out effect instead of a V recovery. Here, you could see what I'm talking about right here. See how it's not doing this? It's just consolidating here. You don't want to see that on a V-shaped recovery like this. You want to see a move. You want to see what you're seeing right now in the mega caps. You want to see this. You want to see this. You want to see that. Okay. You don't want to see that. That leads to this. You understand? You want to see like that, not that. So that's showing us see higher highs, how it's right up, continues moving higher. But look at China. See how it's fizzling out? Look at Bitcoin. You see how it's fizzling out? So if there's a crypto stock right now and the crypto stock is doing this, for example, let's say MSTR, hypothetically speaking, or maybe not hypothetically speaking, if Bitcoin does this right now, what do you think will happen to your favorite Bitcoin stock that's breaking down right now? That did this for the last few days. They'll start doing that. You understand? Weakest stocks this week, you could use that. Okay. Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin stocks. So we're going to keep an eye on Bitcoin and we're going to keep an eye on China. And if they start really breaking down, I'm pretty sure we could find some pretty weak Chinese stocks. Thanks, Murray. Thanks, PJ. Thanks, Murray. I appreciate you guys both doing that. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin and China for a rollover because this will give us a little upside. Okay. Okay, US dollar, we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about China, we talked about bond market. I should have started with the bond market. The bond market is still holding up. The bond market is still trading above this green line. Now, would I have loved to see a parabolic move yesterday? Yes, but oh, there he is. He just saw my text. So Matt saw it. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Let me just tell him to work from home today. My Okay, he's seeing it. Good. Thanks, guys. Saved him a trip. Yeah, saved him a big trip. Okay, so I like the bond market. I really like the bond market. What we don't want to see right now, folks. Look, here's what we do not want to see right now in the bond market. We don't want to see this in the bond market. That'll ruin everything. That'll ruin our holidays, okay? I'm just being honest with you. If you see this in the bond market, forget about it. Forget about it. Just forget about it. We want to see price stay here, consolidate here, move higher. We do not want to see this. If we see this, that means the odds of Fed lowering rates are going down and the stock market's going to be impacted by it. So whatever happens, we want to be above here. We want to be right where we are now. We want to consolidate, build a base, go higher. Whatever we do, we don't want to break this area, okay? We don't want to break this area. The last thing we want to do. Oh, Matt says him and the wife and the baby have all the same thing. Probably COVID. Yeah, he's not feeling well. All right. So you guys understand what I'm saying? I know anything can happen, but I'm telling you right now, as I'm sitting here, if this and this is not something I have this is a fact. If we break down right here, yield will go higher and the stock and this rally right here will fizzle out and come right back here. We'll come right back here on the mega caps and everything else. Hey, Frank. Hey, Jimmy. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Pearly. Good morning. Doug. Good morning, everybody. Hopiumatic. Good morning. That's okay. It's a holiday. Holiday. And Laura. Good morning, Laura, as well. Laurel. So again, we need whatever happens, we need to go back up or stay here. We cannot afford to come down, and I really mean that. If there's one thing I'm gonna tell you is we cannot afford to have this come back down here. We will be in deep shit if we do, at least for the time being. Okay, we do not want to see us come down here. Okay, all right. And earnings, we have DE today, which is an industrial stock, which is coming out before this morning. So one of the catalysts is definitely going to be industrial stocks. So as I'm going through this right now, does anybody want to tell me what the catalysts are? Does anybody want to tell me what the catalysts are? Except we already know industrial, we already know Fed data. Does anybody want to tell me what the catalysts are? Everything impacts bonds, Naples fan. Bonds is one of those assets that's it's the US economy and it's the stock market. It's got an impact on everything. Okay. Fed, Infotech, short week. Okay, fair enough. Folks, Infotech, and Infotech. All the stocks that are reporting today, look, unless I missed something, look, Infotech, 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 Infotech. That's why I said you'll have to say the same thing 4 times. Now, is there anything that I missed? Let's take a look if I missed anything. Sometimes I miss things, like yesterday. I'm not an infallible, people. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Same thing. So unless there's something that I missed, it's cons- Infotech, 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 and Infotech. Yes, I'd be watching Infotech, XLC today, ticker symbol for some upside. All right. That's all industrial info. Yeah, Minnesota map. That's what I have. I have industrial infotech, tech data. By the way, Minnesota Matt, you and I have been coming up this whole week almost tick for tat. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. And Richard and by the way, everybody else too. You guys have been doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Laura says FXP, FXI. FXP, FXI. I don't see that. GDP. Let's see what the bond market's doing. Bond market's doing nothing. Look what the bond market's doing. It's coming. It went for the 4th time on my level that I gave you yesterday. These are my levels that I gave you yesterday, right? I haven't changed them. These are all the levels. Look at this. How well do my levels work, folks? Look. If you're not using my levels, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is from yesterday. We haven't even done any today. I'm not seeing anything in the bond market, really. Let's see. No, I'm not seeing anything in the GDP yet. Not seeing anything. Always good to tune on from Korea. Excellent. Top Cat from Korea. Good to see you. Tesla up over 1.3%. That's just mega caps. So yeah, mega caps. Yeah, that would be a catalyst. All right. That's all Fed. Okay, unemployment 216. Yeah, it doesn't look like this report, any of these reports are having, I don't really care what the reports are. I care about their impact on the Fed data. And it doesn't look to me like any of these reports had any impact on the Fed data at all. Look at the bond market. Oh, there we go. There's a downtick. Let's see if we got something here. And remember, I told you as long as the jobless claims is below 240,000, we're okay. So let's see. Yep, we're fine. This is nothing. This is in the low 200s. Please don't let anybody tell you that this is eye-opening. This is like exactly what we always expect and we always get. Okay? All right. The bond market again. Let's look at the bond market. Hmm. I wouldn't call this a major impact. Let's look at the SPY. Not really doing anything. Not really doing anything. Just coming up here and coming off. We had a nice little rally this morning. Yeah, a little. If you want to call this a little lower, this is like a 5 tick reaction, or this isn't anything crazy. Let's look at XLC today. Yeah, XLC's got to get above this area right here. Yeah, XLK's got to get above this area. SMH is breaking through this area. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, let's continue. All right, let's actually talk about this. And again, I don't have to rush today because I don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to be sitting here all day with you guys. Just me and Bonnie. And maybe Clyde. Let's see here. HPQ. Oh, HPQ is looking beautiful. We did a time spread on HPQ, and it is looking absolutely beautiful this morning for our profit. Okay. All right, rising expectations of a federal rate cut next month is very good. So, and if that's the case, the bond market should continue going up. If the bond market starts going down, that number's going down. Okay, so I'm just letting you know this is what's measuring whether we're going to lower rates or not, and that's what's driving price right now because earnings are over. New economic data, keys yesterday climbed over 10%. This was one of my favorite bullish stocks last couple of months, by the way. Applied Materials advanced 5%. Uh, Also one of my top stocks last few months. Home builders climbed after 10-year note fell to a 3.5 week low. That's why this is rising. When interest rates falls to a 3.5 year low, bonds make a 3.5 week high, which is what we're seeing right now, which is why the market is bullish. Okay. Remember, completely inverse of each other. Nvidia slid, home builders did well. DH Horton did well. Home builders, home builders. Remember, I told you yesterday in the morning that interest rate sensitive stocks are starting to come up again. I'll show you again right now if you, in case you missed it. Inverse relationship. Tiaga, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's not an inverse relationship between interest rates and US dollar. It doesn't work directly that way. Fear-old, another friend has a bug going around, so it does not last long. Residues. I will, Rock. I will tell him that. All of his family has it. All right. ADP research shows that U.S. companies shed an average of 13. And I'm not, remember, I take this ADP with a big grain of salt. I mainly look at how it impacts the bond market. Bonds are coming down. Bonds are coming down. Not hard, but they're coming down. This is going to put weakness in the stock market. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Hey, how about this? I know this guy. I've met him somewhere before. Gee, where do I know him from? His name looks very familiar. Bloomberg, this is my ex-partner. I used to run money with him, Kevin and Charles Calameres. Bloomberg reported that the White House National Council Director, Kev, has emerged as the leading candidate to become the next Fed chair, a choice aligned with President Trump. Remember what I told you. Kev is a great guy, but he's a yes man. Kevin will never go against Trump. Ever, 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 ever. Okay. I've known the guy for 30 years. I could tell you that. Not 30 years, 20, not 30 years. How long have I known him for? 23 years. 23 years. Durable good orders and core durable good orders date for September will be released in a couple of hours. Initial claims, I remember I told you the number is going to be really, really low. So yeah, if he gets elected, my resume will be used to manage money, not with the senior economist to President Trump's administration. It'll be with the current Fed. Pretty good, huh? I like that. I like that. We're gonna have to change all our slide decks. Boy, live and learn. Who would have thought that 20 years ago? Jobless claims PMI will be released today. The weekly crude inventories, crude oil will be a catalyst today. We forgot to write that. Crude oil, folks, crude oil will be a catalyst today. Okay. Beige book reports will be underscore weakness in the economy. Bond market is coming down, by the way. The bond market is coming down. Let's see how the impact on stocks. Yeah, so far so good. What about tech? Let's see. This is good. No impact yet. No impact. This is good. Very good. But overall, I don't like this. I don't like this. I do not like this. That's not good. Deere already reported. Europe is up 0.41, which is really, really great. Really, really great. Yes, Bloomberg has been watching, has been holding the line of there is no inflation of our economy. It's great. You're right. I've been telling you that for months. Folks, how long have I been telling you that? For a year now? I have no reason to lie to you. Okay? I have no reason to lie to you. I mean, the guy slept over my house. I know him well. Okay? We know each other's favorite cereals. Okay? I know Kevin Hassett. All right. Rising expectations of a Fed rate cut next month. Sentiment was sign of progress. Ukraine peace talks. At this point, I couldn't care. Actually, to be honest with you, I couldn't care less what the terms were 2 years ago, and I still don't care what the terms are. I just want the end of war because I want people to stop dying. I don't care what terms they agree on. It won't make much of a difference, honestly. At this point, it's a matter of principle. Just need the war to end. We need people to stop dying. And it'll be very good for the economy too, because Ukraine will become such a valuable asset once this war is over. I'm going to start putting money into Ukraine the minute this war is over. Uh, China closed slightly lower today amid fresh domestic catalyst. Lower today, not no tailwind. Europe give us some tailwind. China is not giving us tailwind. Japan closed higher, giving us tailwind. Very, very nice. And we know that the majority of catalysts are all going to be infotech today. Infotech, infotech. Let's see. Hmm, Still looking. Market still pretty solid. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I love how the SMH is getting above the 50-day moving average. That's huge. Okay, let's now talk more about the market. One of your greatest talents, Roger, is the addition to your trading skills is the ability to extract every bit of promotional value out of your contacts. Yeah. Hey. Well, Scott, let me ask you, Scott. And you're right. You're right. But let me ask you something, Scott. How many people I'm in the financial business, okay? I have a contact who I managed money with for years, who happens to be in line. There's a 50 something percent chance that he's going to be in line to take over Powell's job. You don't think that's really relevant to what we do here? I mean, if there's a time to use somebody's name, I think that's pretty relevant to to what we're doing. I mean, if he was a baking champion, then it wouldn't be really relevant here. But he's going to be the head of the Fed. You got to give me a little break here, okay? I mean, market. Do you recall? I found my notes from, and I have written down Monday after Thanksgiving rallied down market. Do you recall that? Maybe for seasonality. I'm going to ask Matt to do seasonality for Thanksgiving today for the VIP room. Here, actually, let me do that right now before I forget. Okay. Yeah, that's usually what we do before Thanksgiving. Da, 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 da. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's continue. Put the call ratio. Notice these peaks are getting smaller. That's very good. That's favoring. This is telling us that there's still folks who are still pretty put heavy here, but it's getting better. Overall, this isn't really here nor there. It really is not here nor there. This is pretty stable here. Pretty stable here. No really major info. Moondog, please stop saying the market's about to crash. I'm stopping my wife's credit spending. Please don't. Um, um, don't say that, Moondog. You have absolutely no idea of the market unless you know something better than everybody else in this world. Don't say things like that. You have absolutely no idea if the market's about to crash. I'm not seeing any signs of anything telling me that the market's going to crash. As a matter of fact, the odds of the market crashing 3 weeks ago were much higher than it is right now. Okay. All right. All right. And Scott, by the way, Omar and Richard are my students. I taught them. They're That's why they're where they are because I taught them. Okay. All right. Uh, yeah, we have absolutely no idea what is coming. And if you think you can predict the market, then I should be following your trading advice because I don't see any credit crunches. I don't see any problems on the horizon. I don't see any inkling of a credit of a crash. Okay. All right. All right. It's a joke. Okay, good, good. But you see, a lot of people may think he's not making a joke, and I don't want people to have, think that let's just stay on point here, okay? Yeah, bond market's still coming off. What I don't want to see, folks, I don't want the bond market breaking this low right here. This low right here. I don't want to see this bond market breaking this low and going back towards the 50-day moving average. That's going to make me very upset because the SPY will come down here. Will start coming down. We don't want to see that. All right. Volatility. Volatility's coming off. Remember, I told you this is what I want to see, and we're still seeing that. All right. But in a reverse quarter is cutting his wife's funding, which would lead to market crash. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got it. I got it. Okay. I got you. I got you. We're in this zone now. We're below 20. We're in the zone. We're not that fearful anymore. If we were fearful, we would have stayed above 20. What I want to see is I want to see this traverse all the way down towards the bottom. It doesn't have to end at the bottom, but I'd like to see it around 16. All right. Yeah, he did, Culp. He did. All right. All right. All right. We're over 50% here on the 50 and the 200, which is really, really great. Which is really, really great. We are above 52% here on the NASDAQ. We're above all the percentage here. Momentum levels are getting better. Hey, Wesley, good to see you. VIX is looking great. Look, we're in our safety zone. This is safety zone right here. As long as we just peeking into it, I want to see us really come into that. Okay. All right. Momentum levels are doing good. What about market internals? Let's take a look. 351 stocks making 1 month high. Remember this number right here? Let's go back a week ago. 326 stocks making 20-day lows. On Wednesday, coming into Wednesday, we had 300. Coming into Thursday, on Wednesday of this week, of last week, coming into Thursday, we had 574 stocks making 20-day breakdowns. You want to know how many we have now? 22. So a week ago, 1 week ago, we had 574 stocks, and I told you that we're overextended here, okay? And today, we have 22. To the upside, a week ago, let me go back, 1 week ago, we had 66 stocks making 20-day highs. Whoops. Right now, we have 351. So we have really strong momentum to the upside, and we have hardly any momentum to the downside. Again, we have hardly any momentum to the downside. Okay? Hardly any momentum to the downside. What about 90-day highs? 214 versus 24. You want to go back a week ago? Look at this. Let's go back. 389 stocks last Thursday, November 20th. Okay? 389 stocks. Today, 24. 24. You too, John. You too. Thank you. 24. 24. Big difference. Big, 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 big difference in momentum. By the way, folks, if you're just coming in here right now, just a few things. Please, right here, 1080p. 1080p, not Don't settle for auto. Don't let it get you on auto mode. Don't settle for auto. Go 1080p and give us a thumbs up if you guys enjoy this. Unless you get tired of me talking about Kevin Hassett, who happens to be um, on the front page of the news story that I talk about every single day. He just happens to be right here, which is why I talked about him today. Okay, it just happens to be the prime story here. That's all. All right. Um, SPY. We're above the. Let me. Oh, one last thing. One last thing. One last thing. Let's look at our. Let's see if speculative stocks are starting to come up here. Home builders, retail, Russell 2000, consumer discretionary, mid caps. Now, remember how it looked a week ago? QQQ, home builders, consumer discretionary. Now look at interest rate sensitive stocks. Interest rates, interest rates, interest rates. This is not interest rates. Interest rates, interest rates, interest rates, interest rates, interest rates, interest rates. Look where semiconductors were a week ago. And look where semiconductors are today. Up here. They were here. Now they're here. All of this is coming up. It's floating up. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there's nothing there on it. Okay. All right. Let me see something here. Not really. I'm not really seeing anything here. Okay. So this is moving in the right direction. Let's look at the bond market. This is not good. The bond market just broke yesterday's low and going lower. This is not good. This is not good at all. I'm telling you this right now. This is really bad. Okay, let's look at the market. Still holding on. Still holding on. This right here is not good. I hope this gets corrected really soon. I'm hoping today this will come back into this range. This is really bad. Remember I told you about 20 minutes ago, we don't want to see this broken right here. We're breaking this low right here. That's not good. I want to see this coming up. This increases the odds that the Fed doesn't do anything, you understand? And this increases the odds that the Fed will do something. All right. All right. Well, I wasn't expecting a really good day till I saw us breaking this low. Remember I told you this needs to go up. This is the bond market. We need to rally. I mean, this is still good. We're above the 50-day moving average, but this needs to stay up here. If this comes back down here, we're toast. And that is a 100% certainty. So far, let's just kind of go through this live. SPY. This is very nice. This is really, really nice. This is that V bounce recovery that I was talking about. See how the highs are getting higher? I'm hoping that we don't fizzle out today. I'm hoping this goes higher. The key level to get above is right here, 680.49. The fact that we're already above this level right here is beautiful. This is huge. The fact that we recovered this in 3 days. Remember, I told you we need to bounce really fast. We got it. Now we have to stay above 676, this area right here, the high of this bar right here. QQQ, we're not above that area yet. We need to get above 614. Nothing good will happen until we're above 614. SMH, I already drew these levels for you here. And there's another one here, actually. There's 3 levels for you here. You got to get above 345, 349, and 352. As long as we start making our way, I mean, this is great. This is really good right here, what I'm seeing. What I don't like is the bond market. This I don't like. I want us to come back into this range and not continue breaking down. God help us, we touch this 50-day line. All right, MAGs. Beautiful. Look at MAGs, folks. Look at MAGs. It's one of the reasons why I went long Apple yesterday. Look at the MAGs. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. So I like what I'm seeing. What we don't want is we don't want to break the 50-day moving average. You see how the bonds are now getting back towards the 50-day? We want the SPY to come up here and not break this 50-day right here. We don't want it to break the 50-day. On the QQQ, we don't want to break the 50-day. We don't want to break the 50-day on anything. Okay? And Moondog and credit and credit defaults on auto loans are at an all-time high. And NASDAQ is moving up. Let's see bonds again. I'm hoping this is the bottom here on bonds. But so far, it's not having a major impact on stocks, which is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I like that. All right, let me give you guys levels. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to post these for you right now. I'm posting these in the main Telegram channel, folks. SPY levels. Hey, Captain Beef. Good to see you. Hey, Adrian. Thank you so much. Trump's tariff should pass U.S. Supreme Court based on legality. Would he say that? Because, yes. Kevin is not a lawyer. He's never been to law school. He has absolutely no clue what he's talking about when it comes to law. He is a economist. Economist. He's an economist. He went to school for economics. I went to school for a law. I have a law degree. He has an economics degree. I would listen to people who have law degrees, Mary. They know a little bit more about what the Supreme Court is going to do. But the Supreme Court may not be, may be driven by politics. I told you, legally, Trump does not have a leg to stand on. Politically, I have no idea. Of course he's going to say that. What else is he going to say? He has a vested interest in telling you that. I have a vested interest in telling you the truth. Nothing happens to me or my business, whether it's yay or nay. He works for the president. He's going to get fired in a second if he says no. Oh. Have you guys ever see what happens when people say no to Trump? Comey, hello, hello. Okay, right there. Many of the auto dealers. Second. One second. Let's see what Brian has to say. Many of the auto dealers are because of the most of us in retail auto charged way too much for cars during COVID. Those assets are upside down now and people are walking away from their cars. Oh, I didn't know that. I hate that. It's because all he does is say everything the president does. And there's really no need. Listen, he's a yes man. He's always been a yes man and he's always going to be a yes man. One of these days, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you why we closed our fund and how we split up, and you'll be like, "Yep, he's a yes man." You know, you guys don't know the whole story. I'll tell you the full story one of these days. Heck, maybe I'll even have him on here one of these days, and he'll tell you the story. Uh, Mags. Of course, Matt. Of course. Interesting. That's interesting information, Brian. Very interesting information. Yeah, Mary, you know me. I have zero vested interest in any of this. I don't run the economy. I'm just a dude. I don't have any, I have absolutely no, but here's my answer to you. Look at what the two courts did, and look at what Supreme Court was saying. Like, emergency, what emergency? Just read the testimony of the case, and you'll just read between the lines, and you'll get the same conclusion that I have. Mags levels. All right, let's do um SMH levels. SMH levels. Foreigners on Fox Live? Interesting. Look at chips overnight. This is very nice. Very, very nice. That's very, very nice. This is beautiful right here. Let's look at the bonds again. Bonds are coming up. Thank God. Right at the low of yesterday. Good. SMH. Let's do SMH. I don't know if this will be the high. I have to put it at the high, but I don't know what the high will be. So your guess is as good as mine. Okay. I think that's about as clean as I'm going to get it. It's really nice, clean overnight action, by the way. Really clean overnight price action, which is good. Even on the mags here. SMH levels. Actually, really for you to look for windows. Tariffs are considered taxes and therefore the purview of the Congress. The only way Trump's tariffs survive is the Congress gives them authority. Exactly. Yes. And Hefe, that's called, my friend, is the law. It's called separation of powers, and it's done so that presidents cannot abuse their authority. It's called checks and balances, my friend. That's why we have three branches of government: the legislative, executive, and judicial. Three, Constitution, it's only about this thick. We're going against the most fundamental. This is very fundamental constitutional stuff. This is not like brain surgery stuff here. This is first year law school stuff, guys. This isn't like advanced analytics or anything like that, okay? Just real basic stuff. Okay, so these are my levels from yesterday for bonds. I have not touched them yet. And you know what? I don't think I have to. Now I'll adjust them a little bit here. Here, let's do that. Let's put this there. Bonds were very sloppy overnight, by the way. Yeah, I have no vested interest except helping you make money. My goal is to help you make money. I couldn't care about politicians. Terrace's Trade Act did not transfer congressional power. They require president to act as agent. Keep telling yourself that, Terra Mouse. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Okay. Let me point this. Obviously the appeal court has no idea what they're talking about. God, people are amazing. All right, here's your TLT levels. Now, let's do small caps, okay? One thing about me, folks, you will never hear me bullshitting you because I have no reason to. I'm not into politics. I hate politics. I can't stand them. Us make money. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Biden wasn't doing us any favors either. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, AMBR. Now, I don't know what the pre-market high is going to be, but we'll just mark it right now as 280. How about that? I don't know what the pre-market high will be, but I like this a lot. This looks very nice. Ooh, that looks really nice too. PW above 135. Oops. Nope. 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 Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Kala above 90 cents. Oh, it is up in the air, but not because of what it's up in the air because of politics, not because of law. Law is very settled on this. There's no, if you guys want to do it legally, doesn't have, he has less than 1/50th of 1% legally. I don't know if this is a legal decision or a political decision. I'm going to say that again. SPRC. A lot of times Supreme Court, and remember, he picked a lot of these Supreme Court folks, so they may, go his way. 380. I can only tell you legally. And by the way, I've been saying the same thing for a year now. Just FYI, for 1 year, that legally we don't have a leg to stand on with these tariffs. I haven't been saying it for a week. I haven't been saying it for a month. I've been saying it for a year. I told you nothing will happen with Dodge. Remember? Dodge, bye bye, Elon Musk. Remember that? And now I'm telling you, nothing good will happen here. You don't have to believe a word that I say. I know nothing about anything. I just have a 94% win rate. No. I think we're coming to an end of the road. I mean, after all, what do I know, right? I'm just a guy sitting in my office talking, right? Okay, let me write these out for you. AMBR to 280, 280, PW 135, Kala 90 cents. Uh, SPRC greater than 380. And again, let's not get political here, folks. I don't even know how we got started on this whole thing. 380. All right. Those are the small caps. Now, let me give you stocks for today and I'll let you go. Now, here's the interesting part. I picked the stocks for the long side. I have not picked yet stocks for the short side. So we're going to do it together right now. Thought it'd be fun. Okay. CVX, nice volume breaking down. We'll add CVX to our short side. You may want to write this down. Warner Music Group. Hey, does anybody know who owned? I don't know if they still own it, but does anybody know who used to own this company or still owns this company? Let's see how I mean, after all, what do I know? I mean, I only traded for the 10th richest family in the world for 8 years, and I was partners with the guy who was about to take over Powell's job. But what do I know, right? Yeah. This is a Bronfman company right here. This is the company owned by the people I used to work for 7.5 years. Yep, the Bronfman. Yeah. The normal Bronfman, the son, not the daughters. I used to work for the daughters, the crazy ones. ENR. I like this stock. I mean, yeah, after all, what do I know? Calm. CALM. We'll go through these in a minute. MNR. Yep, the Bronfmans. That's right. Oh, I didn't do. Hefe, I'll do them in a second. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't have to rush anywhere today. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm sitting here the whole day. It's just me and Clyde. Yeah, not a lot of shorts. Let's see if there's any A lines to the downside. I guess my short list is very short today. Okay. Now I know why my short list is so short. I could hardly find anything. See how fast I skim these, folks? This is how fast I look for stocks. Very fast. Nope. That's it. Okay. Let me lay these out for you. Oh, and by the way, RSP, equal weighted SPY, the upside is right here. So I'm hoping we have at least this much more to go till we peak out. But this is a good start. Let me take a look and see how the market's doing right now. The bond market's keying off. Look at the bond markets keying off of that level we drew yesterday. And let's look at SPY. Coming off a little bit, just a little bit. Apple's still looking pretty good. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, you wanted me to give you levels. Let me give you those levels for our IWM. I apologize, Hefe. I forgot. I totally forgot. Look at Russell 2000. Look at the bond market, folks. Look at the bond market. Interest rate sensitivity. Look at Russell 2000 right now. See that? Interest rate sensitivity. Not good. Not good. Right, Carlos? Right, from Fairfax High School. Yeah, that's me. Elon said Republicans warn dogs shut down as much as Dems exposing too much of both parties' waste. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yes, it does, Ed. It does, but in its own different way. Uh, thanks, T-Man. Yeah, so let me give you these levels. Okay, those are good levels right there. Let's post them. My apologies, Hefe, and thank you for reminding me. I do apologize. One is enough. Okay, you guys have that. Let me now give you my stocks, CVX. Let's take a look at them on a big screen. Yeah, no problem, Hefe. Whatever. Tough crowd for me today, Gregory. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Time Warner. Guess my resume is not good enough for some people. All right. Time Warner. ENR. These are the shorts that I just picked for you a minute ago. Calm. Hope you're feeling better, Carlos. Uh, this is Calm. And the last one was MNR. This is why I'm going through them again right now. Now, this is a cheap natural resource stock. We'll be doing a lot of these in the small cap. See, you know how I don't do it a lot of $10 stocks, $11 stocks? Well, we'll be doing a lot of those in the day trading program we're going to launch before New Year's. That's the short list. Let me give you the long list, okay? All right. I like American Express a lot. I like ISRG quite a bit. I like Edward Life Science. I like the stock. If you see me moving away, I'm just looking at the bond market. I keep track. I'm obsessed with the bond market for obvious reasons. Edward EW Dollar Tree. This is an interesting one. I was debating whether I should. I usually don't have debates, but I was debating whether I should post it. But it's an interesting setup, but it seems to be rejecting this gap. So my suggestion would be to wait for the stock to be well in the gap, like get above this area first, 107.65. I wouldn't do anything yet because this can just consolidate here, and then you'll end up with nothing. Okay. Well, remember AMBR was the stock AMBR that I gave you before pre-open. Remember I said I don't know what the high will be. So whatever the high will be is the price we're going to use because it's still making highs. If it was over here now, I would mark it as a high. So I'll just put a little question mark by it. I'll check again after the market opens, but whatever the pre-market high is, that's the level you want to mark and trade above, okay? Just heads up. I think that's why Raleigh might have been confused a little because I would give a number, but I would always say it has to be the pre-market high. So if the market moved above that level, I usually give myself a little bit more room. So like another couple of cents. But anyways, let's continue. So watch this one. Put this on your radar in case it has a nice breakout because it's been consolidating, but it ain't ready yet. CBOE. That's an interesting one. That by the way, that's a infotech. That's an infotech, and it's got a nice little A line if it breaks higher today. Apple, I still like Apple. You too, Julio. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And folks, please don't take what I say here as like political. I'm just telling you the truth. This is not political. And I don't have answers for everything. I'm just telling you based on my knowledge, how I see things. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. I don't have a secret line to the White House. I'm just a dude, just a guy. I know nothing about anything. General Motors, Applied Material, maybe a little overextended. Let's take a quick look. Mm, maybe for day trading. Maybe for day trading. I wouldn't be position trading this thing or swing trading this thing. TJ Maxx, this has been on my list for a while. The first thing is ADD. Absolutely, John, ADD. So happy to hear that, Carlos. Please reach out to me and send me an update when you're up to it, okay? When you're up to it. I'll take a look at MST. I wanted to look, Ruth. I wanted to look at MSTR myself, so I'm going to look at it in a minute myself. TJ Maxx looks good. A Com looks good. I like this stock. I like this stock. Com. Nice A line right here. Nice A line. PLD looks good. Victoria's Secrets looks great, although I don't think she has any more secrets left. I think she ran out of all her secrets a little while ago, right? I don't think she's got many secrets left. DHR. Thanks, Tony. Thanks. That's a nice looking stock. And last but not least, FTI. FTI. That's a beauty right there. Now, folks, here's the thing. The bond market right now is actually slightly down. I'm not expecting a lot of volatility and a lot of market capitalization to come into the market today, so we may just have a choppy day. I like how the S&P is holding on to the high. I want to see a breakout above 677.51. See how we've been staying there since 5 in the morning? See how we're breaking up to the upside? This is what I want to see. I want to see a break above 677.51. Okay? All right. QQQ, we want to see a breakout above 612.30. And then we got these levels. If you guys don't have, or if you forgot to write something down, just send me an email. I'll be around all day today answering questions, okay? Spreading gossips about Kevin Hassett. I'm just kidding. He's actually a great guy. He's a yes man. What are you going to do? I think you have to be to get to his level in politics. All right. If any questions, here's my email address. roger@rogerscott.com. Folks, MSTR. You want us to check MSTR. MSTR is pretty strong. This would definitely, I would add this to my short list. And if cryptos start turning down, I would definitely start looking at this. But I'll be honest with you. We've had three high volume bars with these candles. That tells me we want to consolidate here for a little while, and volume will be low. So I would be very, very careful here. But yes, I like this would be, remember I gave you that example with Bitcoin? This stock would fit that criteria perfectly. You want me to check ANET, okay? Uh, I don't know really what I'm looking for here. I mean, it's bouncing off the 200. It may be a good short at some point, but there's really nothing about the stock that we need to look at right now. Who was this? Send me an email if there's a question. I mean, I don't know why I'm looking at the stock. It's a breakdown stock. It looks weak. It looks like it's above the 8-day, and I would be stopped out if we were above here. But this is a short. This is not a long, up to the 200. Okay. All right, folks. You want me to look at AGI? Okay, AGI. I mean, I don't know really, but I mean, it's choppy. It's a very choppy stock, and doesn't really have any directional bias. SMCI. All right. Now, remember, folks, today in the VIP room, I will be picking your favorite stock. So save your stocks for the VIP room, and Kane and I will do them live, okay? I think it'll be a great way to spend Thanksgiving with you guys. I mean, I got stuck in that trade from early this week. Gotcha. Yeah, right now. So if you want some advice on ANET, you don't. If you're, I'm assuming you're short. You don't want it if it closes above the 15-day, and if it starts reverting right now, coming down like this, then then it becomes very attractive. So you don't want it to come up here and close above this area right here if you're short. Okay, folks, let me give you some links. Here's the VIP room where I'll be talking about your favorite stocks, bragging about all of the people I know. I'm going to brag about Omar. I'm going to brag about Richard, who are my students, which that's who I'm supposed to brag about. And that's about it. Again, the only reason why I brought up Hassett is because I got several emails because he was announced as the top contender yesterday, and he made the cover of bar charts. If it's not on the cover of bar charts, I usually don't talk about it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. There's the customer service links. John, thank you for posting. Bob, thank you for doing God's work. And thank you, all of you guys. I appreciate all of you more than you can imagine. If it wasn't for all of you, I'd be just sitting in my room trading all day. And in case I have this amazing audience. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you at noon. And don't take it easy on the turkey. Take it easy on that turkey. I'm watching you. Clyde and I are watching you. We're watching you in that turkey. Bye, everybody. I'm actually a ham eater.